Hello everyone, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. It's Monday, it's 5 p.m. You've probably seen this kind of video before if you've been here, but if you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name's Charlotte. Today is another 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. I figured these are just like the easiest kinds of videos to film and everyone really enjoys them. They seem to do really well. So here we are on a Monday, ready to track another week, ready to vlog another week after work with me. This bit's probably really boring if you've seen my videos before, but just in case you are new, I'll give you a little bit of context about my job and what it is that I do. So I work 4 days a week, 34 hours, so not quite full time, it's like condensed hours. 37 and a half would be full time, but I'm a PA, so I'm a personal assistant, kind of like near executive-ish level. At directorship level, I do that Monday to Thursday, and then my other job, my second job, and we're going to call it a second job because I'm treating it as such, I'm a part-time content creator. So I create content here on YouTube, obviously, over on TikTok I have 2 different accounts, and Instagram, which I don't take as seriously, but that is part of the sphere. I don't treat posting on Instagram like a job because Instagram scares me. But yeah, I guess the purpose of these videos, what I like to do is show you a little bit of like a realistic week in my life, how I manage 2 jobs. Sometimes I manage, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's very unbalanced, sometimes it is more balanced. But yeah, I just like to take you along for the ride, show you kind of what I do after work. I'm quite like introverted, a bit of a homebody, so I tend to spend most of my evenings at home. How I schedule my week to keep my posting efficient but still find time to do the things I enjoy, I guess. How was my day? My day was high-key kind of stressful. So like I just said, I obviously PA to 5 people. Usually it would be like 3.5, but in my role normally I have a counterpart, so someone who is like me but for half of those people. We work very closely together, but my colleague has just left and I haven't filled the vacancy yet. So for the time being I'm taking on a lot of work until they fill that role. And also my manager that I report to, who manages like one grade of exec above me, is on annual leave for a couple of weeks, so I'm picking up his work, which again is fine. It's just there's a lot coming in. My days are full and I just literally like half an hour ago made a bit of a mistake. It's fine, mistakes happen, but I just got an email like, who approved this? And it was like completely a mistake that I made. I was like, oopsie. And you know, it just makes you deeply cringe, and I just know in 2 weeks I will not remember it at all, but for the meantime I will probably think of it just as I'm falling asleep. But yeah, apart from that, my day was okay. It's just very high paced at the moment. Being a PA for 5 is a lot. There's a lot of like conflicting stuff. Not everyone's full time as well, and they often cover the same work. So it's like trying to get everyone together, trying to get everything running smoothly. It's a lot of plates to juggle. I don't mean to start the video off on a negative note, but we're starting the video off on a realistic note. And you know what, now, before we get going into our evening, having debriefed you about my day, now is a really good time to tell you about the lovely sponsors of today's video. Today's sponsors are Boomerang, which feels relevant today now more than ever to my job as a PA. Boomerang is a 3-in-1 calendar scheduling, meeting poll and email management tool. I'm sure they do much more than that, but that is currently what I've been using them for the last month or so. What I was saying earlier about those 5 senior leads, trying to get them all the time, I honestly spend about 40% of my week just trying to find a time when they can all be in the same room for one meeting, even online. And I'm not gonna lie, they do always want a meeting at short notice. So the meeting poll tool from Boomerang was the first thing I tried out. So none of them are realistically checking their emails. They are very busy people, so I just send them the poll, they vote on the time that's best for them. They don't even need to like download an app, open up anything else, and it just keeps things quite efficient. When there's 5 of them and 1 of me, things can get a little bit convoluted with like multiple email threads of trying to find dates, so 1 click just works for me. It helped me out, it might help you out. I'll pop the link in the description box below, and you have 30 days to try out Boomerang for free. A huge thank you to Boomerang for sponsoring this video, and a huge thank you to my subscribers for making this possible. Is that on? That's not on. So this week my week looks slightly different with my scheduling because I have an ad due, which I'm going to edit this evening, just now. It won't take me long at all. Send that over to my managers for approval, and then I have a video due out on Wednesday. With YouTube, I usually like to be slightly ahead. I say this in every video, and whenever I'm recording, I'm never ahead, but I promise I'm usually ahead. But I usually like to be slightly ahead. So even though I have a video due on Wednesday, in an ideal world, I would be editing Sunday's post to go out, and Wednesday would be queued and scheduled, but that is just not where we're at this week. And I usually upload on TikTok about 4 to 5 times a week. I recorded 2 TikToks yesterday on my day off on Sunday, and I actually didn't press record for either of them. So that's really fun, and I didn't realise till today. Technologically, everything is working against me at the moment, but the time is 5:25. I'm gonna speed run editing this ad and get it sent off, and I'll report back when I'm done. I'll let you know how long it takes. This is a very quick one. It's a 60-second integration, and it is just a sitting and talking one. So it's not like showcasing a product or anything like that. How it works for me, at least, I suppose a lot of you might not know actually, but when I have an ad, I usually have to like draft up a concept of what I'm gonna film, get that approved. Usually the brand sends a brief to work towards, so you have some kind of idea of what they want you to do, like what things not to do, more importantly. You'd be surprised. Things like text, what language to not use, even things like saying the name of the brand properly and making sure that if it's on text on the screen, it's not done properly. I know it sounds obvious, it's not hard, but I think a lot of people don't do that kind of stuff. So once it's filmed and done, I have to send it off for approval before I can post it, of course, and my managers will like vet it to make sure I haven't done anything wrong, and then the brand will get back to us and say yay or nay, or can we have some edits? And hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't usually get too many edits, and when I do, it's minor things like formatting. 5:27 now, so I'll let you know when I'm done. Right, it's 5:45. I've just sent that to my managers for approval. They're gonna send it over, and fingers crossed it gets approved. Like I said earlier, it's not actually unusual that a brand will like get you to edit the footage in minor ways before you can go live with it. And luckily my managers are really, really kind and give me the feedback and like act as the interim for all of that anyway. So what's next is, while I'm still sat up editing, I'm gonna continue with another YouTube video that I'm doing. I'm about halfway through. I'm hoping I can probably get that finished tonight. My Monday nights are really boring because they're usually like my work night, because I like to start the week off on a good foot. Making really good headway with editing. I spoke in this video like perfectly in the way that I need to for editing. Stunning. Sometimes I'm really ramble in my videos, and it's usually vlog style videos, and I just go and go and go and don't break between my sentences. But in this one, I really just spoke proper. Anyway, slight change of plans. My friend is passing on her way back from somewhere, so we're just gonna pop for a quick drink and a quick catch up. You know, that just like end of the day Monday drink, and then I'm gonna pop back in and carry on what I'm doing. So I'll take you with me. I'm just gonna get changed a bit because I'm not in the attire, but I'm gonna put some jeans on. We're not going far. She's only 5 minutes away, so I'm just gonna quickly grab my keys, make sure all my windows are shut, etc. I'm supposed to be vlogging. Good evening, I'm home. It's time to get dinner on, I think. One drink did turn into 2, but it's fine. I'm gonna pop some dinner on. I'm gonna have a chicken salad, I think. Fake chicken. These are the This Isn't chicken thighs. These are like my new replacement. I used to love the What the Cluck chicken pieces, but they reformulated them and they just don't tear as nicely, and they taste kind of weird, you know, that just like classic fake chicken replacement. And while these still do have the like chicken replacement taste, they're just a bit better, I think. Just fully remembered right now that the washing is out and in the dark, so I'm just gonna quickly get that in. I'm not gonna lie, it's still very warm out, but getting the washing in is one of my least favourite jobs. Just because my garden is so spidery that we can't leave anything out overnight. I'm not that arsed otherwise. Don't know if you can still hear me. I feel like all my neighbours can probably see me talking to myself, and that's also deeply embarrassing. And just like that, it's done. Doug is out. I've got my Caesar salad, which I'm gonna eat straight out the mixing bowl because I don't want to wash up more. Doug's at snooker. He usually goes and plays snooker like once or twice a week, so this is like my gorgeous evening in by myself. God love him, but I love a solo evening in. I'm just getting together my work lunch for tomorrow, just so I have it. I've been spending a lot of my evenings trying to decide on like a wedding playlist. Not even a wedding playlist as such, but just like songs that I'd like to be incorporated into our wedding. We both have quite different tastes in music, but we just have a love for the classics. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably like the only glimpse into wedding planning you'll probably get. So for my snack box in the office, I've got a Yakult, some celery sticks jammed in there, a baby bow, strawberries, cherries, and some more celery. So I'll pop that at the bottom. And then I have my breakfast, which is always Greek yogurt and berries. I'll add some frozen blueberries to that in the morning. And then something else I'll add tomorrow is I have this thermos. I've divvied out some miso soup. I'll fill this thermos with boiling water in the morning just to like warm it up. And then I'll put my miso soup in there. This has got tofu in it, and then I'll add some dumplings. I just prefer to have a hot lunch sometimes, so that just does a good job of keeping it warm. I did think this would fit, but it's not gonna fit with everything in it. So I'll see how that goes carrying it in. I travel into work really early, not that early, but like I'm on the bus at 7 a.m. so I get up around 6ish. I don't like to eat that early, so I prefer to eat when I get in, so that's why I take my breakfast with me. But I meal prep, so this makes it nice and easy. So I like to put an outfit out for the next day. This is what I've put out. I just have a nasty feeling I'm not going to want to wear it, but I put out that and my sandals. I haven't worn this dress this year and I absolutely love it, so this is my chance. It's a nice little like floor length tile print number. I'm gonna hop in the shower and then I think it's time for bed for more editing. Doug still isn't back yet, so that's fine. He usually gets back quite late on a snooker night. More chance for me to do a bit of work. I'm quite happy with the amount that I've achieved today. I usually like to read on a Monday night, but like I said earlier, Monday is my like work night. So if reading doesn't get done, it can wait for the rest of the week. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm finally done for the day. What a busy day I had. I'm really tired and I'm really hot. What was nice is I actually got a lift home today. So I got home like half an hour ago. She leaves at 4. So she gave me a lift home, which was nice. And then I just logged on and carried on working for the last half an hour. I just had some bits to wrap up. And it was so hot today. It was like 28 degrees. Hence why I'm wearing a dress. I just could not be bothered with getting the bus. So I'm really glad that I didn't have to do that. It's like 28 degrees and it's gone really, really overcast. Me and Doug were supposed to go for like a walk along the beach this evening because it was supposed to be like an amazing sunset. There was supposed to be chances of meteor showers and shooting stars and all of that jazz, but I cannot see a single shred of blue sky. So it looks like we're staying in. You can see that I didn't end up wearing the dress that I put myself out yesterday. I knew I wouldn't, and I really struggled to choose what to wear this morning, so that was also really stressful. I ran a bit late this morning, but I made it in time. I'm still going and I'm super hungry, so I just stopped for dinner break. It looks pretty boring to be honest, but it's really yummy. Oh, nearly knocked me over. Doug made veggie chili on the weekend, so I'm having some leftovers with some bulgur wheat because I didn't want to cook rice and I already had that, and I put some cheese on top. So I'm gonna eat and edit. This has turned out to be quite a boring day I think for you all to watch, but I figured I've got some time back and I can recuperate that lost time that I spent at the pub yesterday evening. I'm nearly done editing this, so feeling really good about it. Whilst I whiz through this section of editing, I just wanted to take another moment to speak about our sponsor of today's video, which is Boomerang, as I mentioned earlier. Whilst I was editing the video, I had the thought that not only is the meeting poll feature good for my professional life, my work life, but it would be a useful tool for hosting. Now, it's been a minute since I've done a dinner party, but if you were to set up something like a book club or a book meetup with friends, it could be used to organise a time for that. I have looked at getting my friends together or joining a few book clubs in the past, and finding the right time is always really tricky. So I do think that would be a great use of the meeting poll feature that is actually outside my 9 to 5 as well. Just wanted to pop on here and mention that while books were in my mind. time is like 8 o'clock, I think. 8:11. I've just been choosing what to wear to work tomorrow. I did a big kitchen close down. That's the kind of close down I do like every single night. It doesn't take me long, like 20 minutes. I think tomorrow we're gonna go black trousers. I don't really want to wear this, but I feel like really stuck with all my outfits at the moment. Black t-shirt. I can't find my baby tee, otherwise I'd wear like a fitted baby tee. Where is the baby tee? I can hear beautiful little birds in my garden as well. Have I told you I've got a wren's nest like right by my fire escape? Oh my god, there he is on the washing line. He's got a little bug in his mouth. I think him and his little bird wife live in there. Anyway, I can't find my black baby tee. It's really annoying me. Anyway, black t-shirt, black trousers, and then this red and white stripy cardigan. I think the weather's supposed to be warm again tomorrow, but cloudy, which is just like the worst weather ever. Let's take a look. Yeah, 23 and cloudy tomorrow. I should be fine with that. Got a big like meeting thing that I am helping organise, so I've got to go to that. But I should be home before the end of the day, which will be nice. You know me, I'll probably end up getting changed again. I'm going to put this in the living room. I really hate clothes, like clogging up my bedroom. I just had a beautiful shower. My skin is feeling like kind of dry. Time to layer up some hydration. It's the Glow Replenishing Rice Milk from Beauty of Joshan. Drench my skin and my neck in it. I love this toner, it's so good. I think what I'm going to do now is get into bed and read. I got my YouTube videos scheduled up and everything, so there's no point me starting on editing something new tonight because I spent most of my evening being productive, so we can have a little break, reward ourselves. I'm currently reading Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey, and Migrations last year was one of my favourite books, so this is very, very anticipated for me. I'm really looking forward to getting like more into it. I'm probably like a few chapters in. Had a bit of like a slow start to the month reading. I've got 2 books on the go at the moment. I'm reading Wild Dark Shore and Immaculate Conception, but Immaculate Conception hasn't really piqued my interest yet, but then I found it quite hard to focus on reading at the moment. You know, when you just can't really engage, but I think it's because I'm not doing any like big stints of reading. I'm just simply picking up and doing a few pages here and there. That was the Drunk Elephant Ceramite Eye Balm, and I'm going to go in with some Glow Serum as well by Beauty of Joshan. Layering up that hydration. I'm just going to avoid the eye area where I just put down that eye cream, and then I'm going to do my Psychoplast Balm just literally on my nose, just a tiny bit. Like I said, I haven't really had the chance to sit and just like read for a prolonged period of time. I definitely think I'd rather read in big chunks and stints than like little and often. I just feel like I get more from a book, I get more immersed. It's quite hard for me to like start things. I'm going to let all that soak in before I do my final layer of moisturiser, but I'm going to put my PJs on.
It's so hard for me because they're like, I've like obviously never had managers, like I have like no frame of reference, and I think what's hard for me as well is that I know I'm very limited on time. I don't really think more than a year out. Because I know I'm limited on time, there's literally nothing more output-wise I can do to push that. Like I do want to work like really, really hard. Like I want to apply some pressure to myself to get where I need to be. No, the thing is I don't feel pressured or stressed. Like I don't want to. That's not what this is about.
Good evening, happy Wednesday. I had a bit of a crazy trip home, so it's like 7 o'clock and I still haven't checked in with you. How was my day? My day was good. I was on site today out at a meeting. Well, it wasn't even a meeting really. I had organised this event as part of my job as like a PA. I organised like a big event with like 50 people, and I had to go on site to like wherever that was today. So that's where I spent most of my day. I sound quite tired. I think I'm dehydrated. It went pretty well, but it wasn't an early start for me. So my colleague drove me, and the event finished at 4. Obviously we had to do some like pack up. So I didn't end up leaving till 4:30. And do you know, I was only told about this event like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was like half organised and I had to finish it. So I rushed home. Well, my colleague rushed, and I got in literally like bang on 5. And then I had a meeting with my managers, my like social media managers, because we had a strategy meeting, which is like a meeting about my long-term vision, like what I'm doing, what I could be doing better, how they can help me, like what we want for like the next
part of the year, I guess. You know, just like one of them ones, and it was 5 till 6, but I got in late, so I had to message them like, running late, sorry, like on my way. So I didn't even have any time to like check in with you when I got in, and then that ran over because obviously I was late getting on the call, which they were totally cool with. So that ran over to just before 6:30, and then Doug was home obviously by that point, so I literally just like sat and caught up with him, and then I realised, oh my god, I'm supposed to be vlogging, so let me come on the call, and I've realised I'm absolutely ravenous. So I literally like haven't stopped since I got in. Well, I had a little break for like half an hour, but you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, anyway, happy Wednesday. How was my day? My day was good. The event went well. It's always a little bit discombobulating to me to be like not in my usual space at work, and this was at a venue that I'd not been to before, but yeah, it went well. Everyone was happy. I was pretty happy how it went. I had lunch paid for, like provided. I organised lunch, which was really nice because it meant I didn't have to worry about taking anything in. So yeah, here we are. My YouTube upload went live at 6, so I posted that on my Instagram story. Just check that it has gone all right. And yeah, I'm feeling very shattered, but like in a good way. I got all my steps in today. I'm like well over. So I did 8,000 steps. I usually try for 10k, but 10k isn't my target because I'm going up to that, you know. I have like 2 maintenance visits tomorrow. So I've got a plumber coming about this tap, thank God. And I've got like an EICR visit. It's like an electrical thing, which is kind of annoying because it can take like 2 to 4 hours, and I'm just gonna be working at home and I don't like having just like a random dude in the flat like testing all the electricity. But you know, these are things that are probably not worth complaining about. How lucky am I that I have a home with electricity for someone to test? That's kind of like my main focus. I'm on a big gratitude hike at the moment. I'm trying to like reframe all my silly negative thoughts. I don't even have that many. I had a really good sleep last night as well. Very gorgeous, although admittedly not enough of it because I stayed up late reading my book. I'm a little bit behind on filming TikToks. I haven't like filmed anything in a few days, so I haven't had anything to post. So there's that as well, that's in the back of my mind. Wednesday is my Thursday because Thursday is my Friday. Because I don't work on Fridays, not at my day job. So like tomorrow's my last day of the week. I managed to get quite a lot done today, despite being at the event. I'm feeling less stressed. I didn't need to note take anything at the event. They just basically needed me to be there as like support and like the logistical stuff. So I sat in the back all day, just like getting on with some work bits, which was actually really helpful. So I got a lot done, which is less to do tomorrow. So it's left me in a much better place for the week. The flat is a bomb site because guess who put her outfit last night and is wearing something different. I want to do a little tidy and like get everything feeling just a bit nicer. So sorry, I've just realised my mic wasn't turned on for any of that, but I'll put subtitles on it so you can hear me because I was walking away from the camera so much. How annoying. Sorry, I hope that's not too hard on your ears. But yeah, I'll put captions on that. I say messy, it's not really like that messy, but it's messy than I like it. Anyway, that's the before.
Do not necessitate. I'm not an idiot.
And this is the after. Still not great, but better. We've got a lot of junk lying around right now, but oh well. Mess everywhere. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about the agenda for this evening. Flying by the seat of my pants. The agenda. I'm obviously like still in work mode. I don't really want to do a whole lot if I'm completely honest with you. I'm gonna tidy the bedroom. I'm gonna make a cozy sanctuary. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna do my shower, some skincare, some reading, and a sweet treat. I always cut myself a bit of slack midweek because I'm like quite low energy by this time. I'm just tearing this up in an unappetizing way so I can put it in my salad. I think I'm gonna have Caesar dressing. I love the Pizza Express one, so good. I might do some stretching as well. I'm feeling a little tight across the hips. Yeah, I think that's a good plan for the rest of the evening. Let me use tongs to do this. That is not getting me anywhere. I'm not gonna lie, this looks very unappealing, but that's okay because all that matters is it tastes good. Not every day dinner is beautiful. I do strive for that, but she's not gorgeous, but she's yummy and good for me and fills me with joy.
And you're looking at 2 of them. With like that last one on French fries.
this evening went a little bit out the window. After dinner, I carried on watching Sex and the City. And then I remembered that today is actually my mum's birthday, and then I promptly felt really bad about forgetting. Context is vital. I didn't just forget my mum's birthday, but my mum passed away when I was younger. Many long years ago now, like closer to 20 years than 10, which is also like a crazy thing to say. I literally remembered like just after I finished dinner, and then I promptly like crashed out about it and felt really like sad. Such a natural thing, so fine, part of the grieving journey. So cried a bunch and was like, I'm not gonna do any more filming or like film my TikTok. I'll obviously like come on here and speak to you guys because I like being honest with you, and sometimes that is just the reality of grief, especially if you're someone like me who has sadly experienced like compound grief, or you know, like a series of losses in their life that are like back to back. If you're not familiar with the concept of compound grief, it's essentially like a series of losses experienced in like close succession, which makes the intensity of them greater. And that sounds really obvious, but it doesn't even have to be like a death. It could be that like someone in your family's died and then you lose your job, and then like, you know, like the rolling cumulative grief is the word I'm looking for. So my mum died when I was a child, and then in my adult life I had like quite a heavy series of losses all within like 3 months of each other, so it's made that first loss a bit more potent. But yeah, anyway, I totally crashed out about that and decided to be gentle with myself this evening. I'm feeling a bit better. This literally happens to me like every single year. My family aren't really the kind of family actually to like mark occasions. It's never really felt like something we do. I can neither speak whether I feel positively or negatively about that because I never know either. But yeah, I just felt like super exhausted by that and my mini crash out. So looked at some photos, kind of had a mental moment to like honour the birthday, honour the moment. But yeah, now I just feel tired. So I was going to read actually to like take my mind off it, but unfortunately both of the books I'm reading at the moment, one of the main characters has suffered dual parent loss. And I don't think it's like a huge driver of the story yet. It's like mentioned, but I can't cope with that right now. And then the other book I'm reading, the mum being dead, is like quite a, what I gather, integral like thing of the plot. So I figured I'm not going to read because I think it will make me feel like a bit overwhelmed. I'm just going to get into bed. I thought about journaling on it, honestly, but one of the reasons I don't journal at night is because I often find myself like working myself up. When I journal in the morning, I feel like my thoughts like aren't yet prepped for the day. They're not set in stone. And obviously you can kind of redirect your thoughts anytime, but I get very like ruminatey if I start journaling before bed. So I figured let's not do that. Let's not take ourselves on this journey tonight. Because even if I try to journal on anything, for me, everything is very cyclical and everything always comes back round to grief. In the interest of getting a good night's sleep and having a good day tomorrow, I'm gonna just take it easy. And tomorrow is a beautiful new day. Because honestly, at the end of it all, my biggest takeaway is when someone dies, like how lucky are we to live? Someone lives, you know? I hope that me sharing my experience wasn't too heavy for you. I know that's not what we expected. It's least of all what I expected, even though it comes around at the same time every year. Like I said at the start of the video, and as a reminder to myself, I aim to show you my week as a form of what's realistic for me. And you know what, like my skin is looking really, really good at the moment. And you know what, when my brother died, I got like really, really bad acne. Obviously it was stress or whatever, but I got really, really bad acne. And you know what, when you're like down bad grieving, that is really just like insult to injury, is just like chronic under the skin fungal acne. So moments of gratitude, like I was saying earlier.
That's my beautiful mummy. Everyone say hello. That's me as a baby. This was in France, maybe. I'm getting comfy cozy, although I'm not gonna lie, it's really fucking hot. I've been sleeping with the window open the last few nights, but there's loads of like bugs this evening. I don't want the moths to come in. But anyway, I have Lydia Millen's latest vlog going on in the background, and I've just downloaded a game on my Switch. I haven't picked up my Switch in ages. If you've been around a long time, you know this is like my jam. I used to play a lot of Animal Crossing, but yeah, I'm gonna play Tiny Bookshop. I downloaded it. I heard it's really, really good. Sorry, you can't see because the light. Please archive some software, 1 second. There's not been many games lately on the Switch that have like piqued my interest. I kind of did Animal Crossing. I'm not really into Zelda. I didn't want to do Disney Dreamlight Valley. And yeah, I'm kind of like a bit over some of the smaller indie games. I was waiting for Coral Island, but I just played Coral Island on my Xbox instead. It's off Game Pass now, but I had a really good stint with it and I played it on my PC when my PC was set up. But everyone's been saying play Tiny Bookshop, and it just sounds like right up my street. From what I understand, the premise is just like you run a bookshop, you decorate a bookshop, and you recommend books to your customers. So yeah, was it $17.99? Yeah, but is my mum dead? Yeah, so what's $17.99 in the grand scheme of things? I'm gonna have a nice cozy evening. Look, you've packed it all in for a quiet life by the sea. Literally like my dream. Wait, I live a quiet life by the sea. Okay, not me realising I'm living my dream. Anyway, I'm going to log off for the evening. I might get Doug to make me a cup of tea and I'm going to log on and play my lovely game. And yeah, thank you so much to everyone that is not bored yet. We've still got another day. And this is on regulating your emotions. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for the end of the week, the final push.
So Dodge used to sleep in the kitchen, now we're all in here, just snuggled as a family.
That's made me dizzy. It is the end of the week. Happy Thursday. I feel like this is indicative of what's going on. How is everyone doing? Happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be done. What a day. How was your day? My day wasn't bad. It was just literally non-stop from start till finish. I had a lot going on today. I'm work from home, obviously. Look at the state of me. Loads of meetings, loads of stuff to wrap up before the end of the week, loads of stuff to prep for next week. On top of that, I had a plumber come over and we had to have some like electrical refresh thing happen. So I was literally on my laptop from our dining room table most of the day because the power was off for quite a long time, which meant no Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm just glad it's over. I'm glad it's done with. It's also really hot today and still really overcast. So I'm feeling like very muggy and like clammy. Made some impromptu plans, really looking forward to it. The new IKEA in Brighton opened today in Churchill Square. So I was supposed to be going to the gym with Abby. She was going to give me a guest pass. Just felt like I needed to move my body, work out. Then I messaged her saying, oh, do you see the new IKEA open? She said, yes. Wanted to go. I said, why don't we go to the gym and then go to IKEA after because it closes at 8. She said, why don't we just go to IKEA? So I'm easily talked out of the gym. So we're going to go take a look. We're going to get some IKEA dinner, which I'm really excited for. But I do just need to like sort out what's going on here. I'm feeling a bit better this morning. I woke up feeling refreshed. I had a really deep sleep. Really loving Tiny Bookshop. Stayed up really late playing it till like 1 a.m. and then played it a little bit on my lunch break. Ultimate cozy game. I posted on my story and a lot of you asked for a review. Really worth the money. I have a bit of a love-hate with like cozy Switch games. I feel like a lot of them just get quite boring after a while. And I know they're supposed to be like, that's the aim, but I find I'm often succumbing to the hype of the cozy game. And then I play it and I'm like, I need an action or something to do. I do love running around and exploring, but I need like a little quest element. So yeah, really loving it. Would really recommend. I feel like everyone's probably really sick of them, but I've been absolutely living in these jeans at the moment. Oh, my microphone's gone under my top. These are the M&S barrel jeans. I got them like a couple of weeks ago and I just literally haven't taken them off. I love the shape so much. I love that they're kind of like a little bit skinnier around the top half but still have the nice wide leg look. I feel like barrel is quite divisive. A lot of people don't like it. Let me stand on the bed so you can see. I laugh because I said to Doug that I feel like Rango in them. Like I feel a bit bow-legged, a bit like cowboyish, but I think that's part of the look and I think you just have to embrace it. Abby finishes at 5, so she's gonna pick me up on her way past. I say pick me up, I mean like walking pick me up. Hello, I come to you on a new day. Typically, I am a bad vlogger, slap on the wrist, because after we went to IKEA, I literally just like forgot to film anything and I wanted to show you what I've got, so I thought I'd log back on. So we went to the new IKEA in Brighton. It was quite good. It was very busy. I mean, what did we expect? It was like the Thursday it opened. It's obviously a lot smaller compared to like the big IKEAs out on industrial estates, but it's like divvied in half, so the showroom is on one side and like the shopping, the hall and stuff where you buy all your usual things is on one side. So we did the showroom. Classic IKEA experience. You do the showroom, you feel really overwhelmed by the time you get out, and then you remember the fun bits there. So I think if I went back again, I would skip the showroom because it's like good for inspo and stuff, but I just want to go to like the main shopping bit. We didn't end up eating there, which is really sad, and I was kind of disappointed because the restaurant is really, really tiny and it was jam-packed, like really busy. I do feel like we got quite lucky, and I don't know if it's because of the time we went, but everything I've been seeing on everyone's Instagram stories are showing that at all times there's a massive queue to get into IKEA, and obviously we just walked straight in, so like fine. I did a slightly thicker lash today. I do like my lash clusters myself and they keep distracting me because I feel like they might be a bit too thick. I went for a different length. Got 14s instead of 12s, but who knows, this is how it starts, isn't it? So yeah, it was quite successful. I thought I'd show you what I got, and also I got a few things in the post today that I thought you might like to see too, that I was excited to get. I didn't get too much in IKEA. Abby had a few bits she needed to pick up, so I just grabbed some bits that I wanted and that I saw as we went round. Just check the receipt and see if I'm not missing anything. Oh, we got a voucher, £5 off your shopping when you spend £50 or more. I'll keep that then. What I really liked, and I can't remember if they have this at big stores because they have so many tills, but I have the IKEA family members app thing, and you can do a scan as you shop on the app, and I know you can do that in other stores. Obviously, because the Brighton store is so small, the queue for the regular till, there's not many of them. It's literally like humongous. So we didn't realise until we got to the end, so we just quickly loaded up our apps and scanned everything and we went straight through the self-service. So yeah, really good idea. I got this little mini frame. I thought it would fit one of my cards in perfectly because it's a really small mount. Don't remember how much any of this was. I don't have like the proper receipt, do I? So this frame was £5, which was it? This frame was £2, and then I got this frame, which I've wanted for a while now. These are like super popular on TikTok. I got the red classic IKEA frame. This does come with a mount as well, and that was £5. I got a spatula because I don't have a spatula and it's been really annoying me for my baking. And then I got a lint roller, classic, 75p or something. And then I got salad servers. Don't have salad servers, and we're having a barbecue not this weekend, next weekend. And it's just one of those things I've been looking for a pair for ages, but the salad servers are kind of expensive. They had like a really nice dark wood ones, but they were like £12. So these were £3 just for a little pair. So yeah, that's my little miniature modest IKEA haul. I also got something very exciting in the post today, which is my diamond certification for my engagement ring, which I'm actually not wearing because I had a shower. Let me go get it. I've obviously never bought like a piece of fine jewelry in my life. So I didn't know that this is something you get. So that came in the post. I saw it was for Doug. It was addressed to him and it came on special delivery, and it was from the jewellers that he used, and it's like one of my favourite jewellery shops in Brighton, and I was like, what's this? Can I open it? And yeah, it's my diamond certification for my beautiful engagement ring. So that's just a nice bit of post. And then something else that arrived that has been really much anticipated for me. I bought this from Waterstones. It is a book. I bought this from Waterstones maybe 3 weeks ago, and the publishing information was saying it was a 6-week dispatch date. So I just thought, oh, fuck it, like order it and wait for it to come. And it was dispatched in 2 weeks, so much speedier than I was hoping. But it is Anthony Bourdain's cookbook. It's the Appetites cookbook. I've been really hunting for a secondhand copy of this and couldn't find it. And all of the cheaper copies that I was finding were from other countries, and then you'd make up that with shipping costs. So I just thought £30, it's probably a lot more than I would spend on a cookbook, but I couldn't wait till Christmas. I've just really, really wanted it for a long time, and you can see I've already like tabbed up a few pages, but I really want to work my way through it and start picking out some things to make. I am pescatarian, so there's like so much stuff in here I can't eat. I still have like such a big love of cooking, and I still like to know how to make things. And while I probably wouldn't make anything super meaty, I think you can learn a lot from the recipes. And although I probably wouldn't willingly cook anything meaty, never say never. I did used to eat meat when I was younger, and I have always cooked meat when I was younger. I've stopped now because I don't like it. I did used to cook meat for Doug quite a lot, but I decided to take a step back from from that. And still, that being said, I know you can still get a lot of inspiration from flavors and recipes and combinations, and you can still learn a lot of techniques. One thing I would say is if you are a particularly sensitive pescatarian or vegetarian, some of the imagery in this is very like dead animal heavy, which doesn't really bother me in the context of a cookbook, but it's just something to consider, I think, if you are thinking about purchasing this and that's not something you want to look at. But no, it doesn't bother me. I just love reading about all of the different recipes, and I think he's such an inspiring person and such a fabulous chef, and I think this is a really good basis. It's got loads of stock recipes, it's got loads of things I've never tried. It's a really varied cookbook, and it's got loads of sides, loads of just amazing stuff. Will I ever roast a leg of lamb? Like, I don't know, but it's great to have the knowledge too, I think. And also a lot of the recipes I want to try, I can just omit the meaty stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be able to do a pan roasted duck with red cabbage and omit the duck, but things like the Caesar salad recipe, there's clams with chorizo and leeks. You can sub out the chorizo for vegetarian chorizo. I know Anthony Bourdain will probably be turning in his grave at the thought of vegetarian chorizo, but that's not the point, is it? Salt cod ravioli with lobster sauce. I just think it sounds amazing. I'd really like to actually film some of these for TikTok. I'm not really like a cooker on TikTok. I do food, but I don't cook on TikTok. But yeah, I feel like very, very happy to have this. Feels like my Bible, my pride and joy already. I think he's a creative genius. I think he's an incredibly interesting person. I really want to read Kitchen Confidential. I'm pretty sure I have that on my shelf somewhere, but I might listen to it. But yeah, that was my week. That was really all I wanted to hop on and show you. I hope you've had a good week. It's been a bit of a mixed week, I think, for me, and maybe not the most engaging vlog I've ever filmed, but hopefully you still enjoyed it nonetheless. If you did enjoy today's video, I would love it if you wanted to drop a little like or a subscribe or a comment or something like that. You can always follow me, and I'll put all my socials in the description box below. I post every Sunday and every other Wednesday, and you could follow me on Instagram because I do put when I've uploaded a new video, or if there's any kind of issues with the upload schedule, I always update you on there. Again, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Boomerang for sponsoring today's video, and thank you all for those that watch, subscribe and follow, because obviously it wouldn't be possible without any of you. And yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me this week. I'll see you on the next video.